Hello everyone, my name is Gaslight. I teach keyboard in my own little way and guitar for over 3 decades now. All I do is to impact churches and everyone in my neighborhood. I've been tracking choir for some years now. Anywhere I see the need, I go there to make sure that the church is not lacking in any aspect of their music career, especially young ones. Most of our young ones are just staying at home, not learning any musical instrument. It's one of my passions to impact them. This series started yesterday, and we believe that it's going to be a blessing to you as you watch them on the YouTube. Please try and subscribe by clicking on the red button on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Gaslight Afterline. Kindly subscribe. God bless you. And if God leads us to bless, if God leads you to bless us, you can bless us. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone, my name is Gaslight. I teach keyboard in my own little way and guitar for over 3 decades now. All I do is to impact churches and everyone in my neighborhood. I've been tracking choir for some years now. Anywhere I see the need, I go there to make sure that the church is not lacking in any aspect of their music career, especially young ones. Most of our young ones are just staying at home, not learning any musical instrument. It's one of my passions to impact them. This series started yesterday, and we believe that it's going to be a blessing to you as you watch them on the YouTube. Please try and subscribe by clicking on the red button on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Gaslight Afterline. Kindly subscribe. God bless you. And if God leads us to bless, if God leads you to bless us, you can bless us. God bless you. Thank you. Let's pray. In Jesus' name. Amen. Father Lord, we thank you for today. Accept our praise in Jesus' name. We thank you, Lord, for yesterday. We thank you, Lord, for today. As we go into today's class, we ask you to take control in Jesus' name. We depend so much on you, God. Come and help us in Jesus' name. Thank you, Lord, for answering our prayers. For we have prayed in Jesus' name. Okay. My name is Gaslight. I train choir. I groom choir and individuals on both musical instruments and voice. Over 3 decades now, I've been doing that to ensure that no church lacks musicians and good choristers, training people to excellence. It's my passion to impact young ones and adults that wants to learn musical instrument. This is one of our home lessons which we are taking in the neighborhood for now because of Easter break. Kindly watch and be blessed, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gaslight Afterline. God bless you real good. And if God leads you to bless us, kindly reach us. God bless you. So we'll continue today's class like we started yesterday, and today we're going to review our assignments. So submit your assignment to each other, interchange, and we're going to quickly do it now. We are going to mark everything. Yesterday we did C, so I'm going to just follow this chart. yesterday we said that do we start where a key is, and our do here was for C here yesterday. Re was here, Mi was here, Fa was here, So was here, La was here, T was here, and Do was here. Now for C sharp, which is this, C sharp is going to remove this one here. This one comes 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 here. So So, since do is where a key is, that's where the do is. Do of C sharp will be here, Re will be here. You can see that software notations are not changing position, but they are changing the key position.
Yes.
Mi is here, Fa is here, So is here, La is here, T is here, Do is here. So that's for C sharp. After that, we come, D comes here. So you start marking after this one.
D.
So you mark. If the person get the octave right, you mark it. All the octave. It must be D to D. So from here we have do is where a key is. My do will be here. My Re will be here. My Mi will be here. My Fa will be here. My So will be here. My La will be here. My T will be here. My Do will be here. That's for key D. Okay? For D sharp or E flat, E will be here, F will be here. You mark the software notation and the keys, they must tally. Okay? This is for D sharp or E flat. My do will be here, my Re will be here, my Mi will be here, my Fa will be here, my So will be here, my La will be here, my T will be here, my Do will be here. Okay? Have you marked? For E,
Sit down. I don't know why you're sitting.
so my do will be here, my Re will be here, my Mi will be here, my Fa will be here, my So will be here, my La will be here, my T will be here, my Do will be here. Is that taken?
Yes.
For F, taking, mark the keys. Do will be here, re will be here, mi will be here, fa will be here. But on the keyboard, it will be changing position. So will be here, la will be here, si will be here, do will be here. That's for F. After F, we move to F sharp. G will be here, A will be here, Do will be here, Re will be here, Mi will be here, Fa will be here, So will be here, La will be here, Si will be here, Do will be here. Okay? For G, Do will be here, Re will be here, Mi will be here, Fa will be here, So will be here, La will be here, Si will be here, will be here. Okay? For G sharp,
Please, you don't understand this. You don't listen.
so
You don't close the freezer, no? You can't close the freezer.
Do will be here, Re will be here, Mi will be here, Fa will be here, So will be here, La will be here, Si will be here, will be here. A comes here,
Move it now if it does not. I want to spoil. Put it. Hello. Put it in the freezer.
Do will be here, Do will be here, that's for A. Do will be here, Re will be here, Mi will be here, Fa will be here, So will be here, La will be here, Si will be here. After this one, we move to B, C, and this is the last one. So that's all. Okay. Quickly copy this. Because
Come and copy it.
okay, so just to revise what we have been doing, we said that do to re is a whole step, and to get that, you count 3 keys from where you are. I showed that yesterday on the keyboard. That if a keyboard is like this, this is C, this is D, this is E, this is F. This is a keyboard. And we said that between C and D is a whole step. We already said that 3 keys makes a whole step, counting from where you are. If I'm here, this is my C. 1, 2, 3. I make a whole step like that. We also said that between D and E is a whole step. It's a whole step. Between D, 1, 2, 3. I make a whole step. That's 3 keys, counting from where you are. Where you are is always a reference point. We said that between E and F is half step. It's half step here. This is 1, 2. There is no black key in between E and F. That's the way it is. We said that between F and G is a whole step. 1 from F, 1, 2, 3. I land in G. That makes a whole step. Between G and A 2 is a whole step. 1, 2, 3. And we came to sulfur notation by saying that between do and re is a whole step. I said that where a key is, that's where the do is. If we want to pick key C as an example now, where a key is, that's where the do is. This is my do. What is between do and re is a whole step. Like we were counting for keys, we count for a whole step is 3 keys, makes a whole step. 1, 2, 3. That means my re will be here. From what we just did, from the revision of the exercise. If my re is here, what is between re and me is what? Is a whole step, and whole step is 3 keys, counting from where you are. Count from E and re now. 1, 2, 3. That means my re, my me comes here. What is between me and fa?
2 steps. 2
You are not here.
keys.
Please
2 keys.
be here, okay? It's not 2 keys. What is it between me? Fa is half step.
Half steps.
And what makes a half step?
2 keys.
Counting from where you are. It's not complete until you put counting from where you are.
Okay.
I'm not making this class interesting. This is fa. What is between fa and so?
And O step.
1, 2, 3. This is so. What is between so and la?
A whole step.
What makes a whole step?
3 keys.
Counting from where you are. Until you put counting from where you are, you don't know what you are saying. 3 keys, what?
Counting from where you are.
1, 2, 3. My la comes here. What is it between la and T?
A whole step.
What makes a whole step?
3 keys, counting from where you are.
1, 2, 3. What is it between T and do?
T and D.
Half step.
Not T and D. T and do.
T and do.
Key is different from sulfur. If it is key, you say D. If it is sulfur, it's do.
Yes. T
Key
and
is
do.
D, like alphabet. But in sulfur is do, 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 re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we have this. Do comes here, and this do is higher than this one. And if we move to C sharp now, from my example, do will be here. Where will be my re?
Re will be
Re will be.
re.
It will be in D sharp.
It will be on
D sharp.
Where will be my mi?
Mi will be on F.
What is between re and mi?
Re and mi. A whole step.
Where will you count? This is
1, 2,
2.
then E sharp. That is F. So I think F.
Where will be my fa?
Fa will be F sharp.
Where will be my so?
So will be. It will be in G sharp.
Where will be my la?
La will be in A sharp.
Where will be my T?
T will be on B.
No.
On C.
I was guessing.
No, you not guess on C.
Where will be my do?
It will be on E.
It will be on D sharp.
G sharp.
D sharp.
And D flat.
It's because we are ascending, it will be C sharp. I have said that when we are ascending, we use sharp. When we are descending, we use flat.
So to be on C sharp.
So, we round up this class. Okay, we're going to learn chord before we go into practicals. What is a chord? I will cut it off. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Father, Lord, we thank you for today. Accept our praise in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We commit this class into your hand, that Lord, you take control in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We ask you grant us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to comprehend what we're going to learn in Jesus' name.
Amen.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Okay. Like I said in the last class, This class is basically taken in the community and one of our home lessons, which we use to raise people. And it's my prayer that God is going to make each and every one of us a good musician in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And please try to subscribe to our YouTube channel by watching. The name of our YouTube channel is Gaslight of Life. God bless you. So let's go on into the class. Now, we treated the last assignment by fixing the sofa into all the chords. Into all the keys. Now we are going into something a little bit different, which is chord. And after this class, we are going to start our practicals with our fingering. We'll lay our hands on one or two things on the keyboard. What is a chord? A chord is a combination of two or more sofa notation. A chord is a combination of two or more sofa notation to form pleasant and pleasing harmony. To the air or your audience. Okay? That means a chord cannot be one note. A chord can never be one note. It's always two or more. It has to do with two or more sofa notation. So, chords are primarily formed based on the principle of thoughts. Chords are primarily formed or built on the principle of thoughts. And each sofa notation can form a chord. Chords are primarily built on principle of thoughts, and each sofa notation can form a chord. Each sofa notation can form a chord. So, since we have agreed that we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. If I want to form the chord, or I want to form a chord on do, we agreed that chords are primarily formed or built on the principle of thoughts. And I said each sofa notation can form a chord. So let's pick do as example. If I'm on do, what is the third from do?
Re.
No, ma. What is the third from do?
I don't understand.
Because you are sleeping. If you are not here, let me know.
Me, sorry.
What's the third from do? Starting from this. It's me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will not count this as 8 because this note is the same as this. If this is third from do, mi is third from do, then mi becomes part of chord 1. What is the third from mi?
So, please come and sit down so you see what I'm doing.
1, 2, 3. And that form chord 1. That form chord 1. Now look at it. We have formed chord 1. If we want to form chord 2, what will be the first note?
Re.
Is re. What is the third from re?
Fa.
What is the third from re? How?
Because we counted 3 notes from re.
1, counting from re. 1, 2, 3, and fa becomes part of it. What is the third from fa?
La.
The third from fa is la. That's how we form chord 2. Okay? Now try others quickly. Form the chord on mi, fa, so, la, and ti. Quickly. Using this same method. Checking the third from each. The third from each. The third from each note. Any note that you build your chord on, we call it root note. So do is our root note here. Re is our root note here. So if you do chord 3, how many has done chord 3?
Me.
What is chord 3?
Mi soti.
Chord 3 is mi soti. How many has done chord 4?
Falado.
Falado.
Chord 4 is falado. What is chord 5?
So, ti.
Yes.
Re.
Okay. Chord 5. What's chord 5?
So.
Mm-hmm.
Ti.
Mm-hmm.
Re. But yes, how are we going to go back?
You know,
Go back.
you go back because
Do
this
and do
do
is
is
same.
do, right?
Oh, yes.
So if you have so ti, this is 1, 2. What will be the third? It will
Do.
be this. This scale will continue like this in another octave. So chord 5 is what? So
Ti.
ti, re. What's chord 6?
La.
La.
Do. Mi.
Yes. La.
Say it as if you are a music person, not
Do.
toneless the way you are saying it.
Toneless.
Okay? It doesn't make any sense the way you are saying it. You must say it like a music person.
1, 2, 3.
What is chord 6?
Cause 6, it will be. Cause 6, it will be la. La. La.
Mm-hmm.
La. So.
La mi fa.
La. No.
What
La.
is the
Mi.
third from la?
Fa.
What is the third from do?
Do is mi.
What is the third from la? What is the third from la?
From la.
Yes. Where is la? Is this not la?
Yes.
What's the third from it?
Do.
So that means la, do. What is the third from me? I mean from do.
Do. Mi.
That's chord 6. Chord 7. What is the root note for chord 7?
Do. Wait. Ti.
The root note for chord 7 is T.
Ti.
What is the third from? Yes.
Re.
Fa.
Fa.
So that is chord 1 to 7. Okay? That is chord 1 to 7. Now let's look at something else.
Daddy, please.
Now we have treated, that means we have primarily we have chord 1 to 7. There are other chords, we are going to treat them shortly. Now, if you notice, we said between do and re in our software class when we were treating the distances that exist between them, either whole step or half step. What did we say exists between do and re?
A whole step.
1. What is it between re and me?
Re and me.
A whole step.
What is it between me and fa?
A half
Step.
What is it between fa and so?
A whole step.
What is it between so and la?
A whole step.
What is it between la and t?
A whole step.
What is it between t and do?
Half step.
Half step, yes. Yes, Mom.
Now look at it. That means if you look at do, mi, so, do, mi, so, the distance that will exist between do, mi, so is going to be 1, right?
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
No. From do to re is what? 1.
Yes.
From re to me is what?
1.
Is 1 too.
Yes.
From re to me is 1.
Yes.
That means 2 whole step exists between do and me, right?
That's why I'm going to add them together.
Yes. That means 2 whole step exists between do and me, right?
Yes.
What is it between me and fa?
Me and half step.
Half step. What is it between fa and so?
Fan, so a
Yes.
whole step.
That means we have 1 and a half here, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. What is it between re and me?
A whole step.
What is it between me and fa?
A half step.
That means we have 1 and a half here, right?
Yes.
What is it between fa and so?
A whole step.
What is it between so and la?
A whole step.
That means we have 2 here.
Yes.
You discover that this chord pattern is different from this.
Yes.
This one is 2 plus 1 and a half, is it not?
Yes.
This one is 1 and a half plus 2. Hello.
Yes, sir.
If you are missing it, let me know. And that's why you must be attentive in this class. Every part of the class that you miss or you cannot understand, you will be lost totally. Now look at it. That means this chord pattern of 1 is different from chord pattern of 2.
Yes.
But they are both chords. And that means chord 2 is different from chord 1. The way they are going to sound. We'll come to it when you start to play. Now look at it. What is it between me and fa?
Me and fa and half step.
What is it between fa and so?
A whole step.
That means we have 1 and a half here, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What is it between so and la?
So and la.
So and la. A whole step.
What is it between la and t?
A whole step.
That means we have 2 here, right?
Yes.
That means this chord pattern 2 is 1 and a half plus
Plus
2, right?
Yes.
Now look at this one. What is it between fa and so?
A whole step.
What is it between so and la?
A whole step.
That means we have 2 here. Is it not?
Yes.
What is it between la and t?
La and T.
And
A whole step.
What is it between t and do?
A
Half
whole
step.
step.
That means we have 1 and a half here. Is it not?
Yes.
That means this one is 2
2
plus 1 and a half. Hello.
Yes.
What is between so and la?
A whole step.
What is between la and t?
A whole step.
We have 2 here. Is it not?
Yes.
What is between t and do?
T and do.
Yeah,
And half step.
What is between do and re?
It's a whole step.
That means we have
One.
no. Okay, we have 1
One of
and a half here. That means this one is also 2 plus 1 and a half. What is it between la and t?
A whole step.
What is between T and Do?
Half step.
That means this is one and a half. You know?
Yes.
What is between Do and Re?
Do and Re, a whole step.
What is between Re and Mi?
Re and Mi, a whole step.
That means this place is 2. Is it not?
Yes.
So this is 1 and a half plus 2. Is it not?
Yes.
Now this chord is so different. We often call it B diminished on scale C because it's totally different from any of this chord.
Which one is that?
This 7.
Okay.
What is between T and Do?
T and Do.
And half
And half step.
What is between Do and Re?
A whole
A
step.
step.
This is 1 and a half, right?
Yes.
What is between Re and Mi?
Re and Mi,
A whole
a whole
step.
step.
What is between Mi and Fa?
And
A
half
whole
step.
step.
So you have 1 and a half,
And
1 and a half. This one is totally different.
that's 1 and a half.
And musicians call this on KC, they call it B diminished because it does not resemble any of these guys. Now look at it critically. You discover that this one
Yes.
has the same resemblance with this, right?
Yes.
Hello,
Right?
Yes.
Abby?
Yes.
And with this one,
Yes.
Yes. Right?
hello.
And
Can you see? They have the same pattern.
yes.
Look at it very well, and that is what is going to affect their name. Their name is going to change. Now, when you look at this one and this one, they also have the same pattern. Abi? Is it not?
Yes.
With this one. Abi?
Yes.
Yes.
So, and that makes them to fall into a group. Now, I'll tell you the group now. The group of 2 plus 1 and a half is called major chords. That is, their chord pattern is 2 plus 1 and a half.
Yes.
A chord becomes major when there exists 2 distinct whole steps between the root note and the 3rd note in the chord, plus 1 and a half step existing between the 3rd note and the 5th note in the chord. Hello? That is what can make a chord to be major. You must see 2 whole steps between the root note and the 3rd note. What's the 3rd note in this chord? The 3rd note is Mi. Is it not?
Yes.
So look at it. Between Do and Re is 1 step. Between Re and Mi is 1 step.
Yes. We did it.
The moment you see a chord pattern going in that direction, it is going to be probably major chord. So this is the format for major chord. And I just gave you the definition now. A major chord is a chord that has 2 distinct whole steps between the root note and the 3rd note in the chord, plus 1 and a half step between the 3rd note in the chord and the 5th note. That is, in most cases, what the definition of a major chord is. Now, the second one is a minor chord. What is a minor chord? Their pattern is this: 1 and a half plus 2. So minor is just the opposite of major. Look at it very well. Minor is just the opposite of major. Minor chord, there must be 1 and a half step between the root note, look at it, and the 3rd note in the chord. Can you see 1 and a half here? And 2 distinct whole steps will exist between the 3rd note in the chord and the 5th note. That's why I was putting it on top, so that you understand what I'm trying to say and how we are doing the calculation. And this renders, so how many minor chords do we have here? We have 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
And how many major chords do we have?
3.
We have 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now this one, we call it a diminished chord. And that brings us to another type of chord that we have diminished. And we have augmented. And later we'll come to what we call classless.
Type of chord, sir.
Yes. What is a diminished chord? A diminished chord is when a particular note in the chord is lowered by half step. Diminished has to do with lowering or bringing down a particular note in a chord by half step. Now look at this one. The reason why I said this one is always B diminished in key C.
Lowering what?
Lowering a particular note in a chord by half step. By lowering a particular note in a chord by half step. While augmenting is just the opposite of this. Augmenting is raising in a chord by half step. Diminished chords are formed basically by lowering a particular note in a chord by half step. Anytime you hear diminished chord, just check very well the composition of the surfer in that chord. There must be a particular note that has been lowered. Let me give you an example. Look at it now. If we have chord 1, can you see? This is chord 1, right?
Yes.
If I change this chord to can you see? If I change that chord to that, what have I done?
You have changed the me to more.
Yes.
More.
And that renders
It is diminished chord.
it to be diminished.
Do, mo, so.
No. Do, mo, so. When you start sounding it, you understand.
Do, mo, so.
It will be sounding like la, do, mi.
La.
When you start playing. Now, what did I do on chord 1? I diminished mi to mo. Yes. We'll come to more examples when we start to. If I leave mi and I diminish so, what will it turn to? It will be do, mi, what? If I diminish mi, so it's going to be fi, right?
How do you diminish this?
We can diminish. I told the scale I drew for you the other time. I sent
The
it
one
and
I
sent it.
did.
Yes, I told you.
Yes.
And instead of being fi, it's going to be this.
The first
Yes.
it will be free. Yeah.
It's going to be this.
So,
I told you that we use anyone that ends with W is for coming down. Anyone that ends with either
So we can use that one.
we can use fi too.
And we can use this one.
So this way now I have diminished chord 1.
yes.
I have diminished chord 1. Hello. Augmenting. Let's also use the example. Augmenting is raising a note in a particular. Raising a particular note in a chord. Raising. So augmenting has to do with raising. Diminish has to do with bringing down. What is augmenting? If I have do mi so now, right? And
Half step, are we?
yes, by half step. If I raise this mi, it becomes do. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
And this is called sus 4. You will not understand now. Later I'll come back to that. Now look at it. If I leave mi and I raise so, it becomes do, mi. You see now? I have augmented chord 1. I have augmented chord 1, as you can see. One of your assignments will be augment and diminish all these chords that we have. I have done chord 1 for you now, so you can't do anything on chord 1 again. That means each chord
So we diminish
yes,
and
augment.
augment.
It will be different. Can you see that when I'm augmenting, I'm using Z? not this. When I'm diminishing, I'm using this. Can you see? You know they have two names. And I told you any note that or key that has two names, they are called enharmonic. If you can remember in our first class. Okay? Classless chords are formed by intuition, by reasoning. People reason. They sound a particular chord together. There are a lot of them. But for now, don't let me bother you. Classless chords. Okay?
What?
They are chords formed by intuition, by reasoning. If it sounds good, people accept it that it's good. Okay? Now, another thing that people do, there are different names for all of this. In most cases, when you see minus on top of a chord, it's diminished. When you see plus, it's augmented. Okay? Okay? As in, you may lay your hands on any good and you'll be seeing plus. Are you here?
Yes.
You may see minus. When you see minus, it has they are telling you that a particular note is diminished. You may see -1. You may see +1. So plus has to do with augmenting. Augmenting is going up. Diminishing is coming down. That's why they use minus or plus. So for now, I will not bug you with all of that because you may be discouraged if I'm bombarding you with too much. Any question? So what you are going to do for me now, you are going to pick chord 2. You first of all diminish it. Hello.
That's what I mean.
Yes, you diminish. Yes, that's your assignment. You diminish and augment each of these. Now, when you come to chords like re, you know you can diminish re.
Is it everything we are going to diminish or only the last one?
No, can't you see that I diminish 2 here? I diminish mi, right? If I diminish do, it's going to turn to T. And T mi so is chord 3. We're going to come to what we call inversion later. Inversion and chord relationship. We're going to come to it soon today too. I pray we have speed. So I cannot diminish do because if I diminish do, it's going to turn to the inversion of chord 3. Because chord 3 is what? Look at chord 3. Is now, can you see?
Yes.
Mi, so, T, right?
Yes.
If I diminish this do, you know, diminishing has to do with coming down half step. If this guy comes down half step, it's going to turn to T.
Yes.
So it's going to be T, mi, so. And if it turns to T, mi, so, it's no more a diminished chord. It's already an inversion of chord 3. I'm going to come to inversion soon. So I can't diminish this. Now look at it. If I diminish mi, it turns to more. If I diminish so, it comes to this. Now let me just do one example for you to know. Because others that you are going to do has to do with. I hope you have written this.
Yes.
Now look at it. Hello, I'm picking chord 2. Chord 2 is what?
Re, fa, so.
You see now? Re, fa, la.
Yes.
If I diminish re, what does it come to? It turns to re. It turns to ra.
Yes. Why?
Is it not?
Yes.
If I diminish mi, fa, it's going to be re, mi, la. Is it not? Hello. If I diminish fa, it's going to be mi. Because diminishing is bringing down a note by half step. Is it not?
Yes.
Who is lost? You are lost.
Yes.
I have diminished re. After diminishing re, it turns to this. Is it not?
Yes, yes.
I leave that. I pick the next note. I left re. If I diminish fa, it turns to mi.
Okay, because
Diminishing is coming back, going down by half step. If I diminish fa, it turns to mi. Is it not?
Yes.
I leave la alone. If I now diminish
La.
la,
La.
it will be re,
Re.
fa,
Mi.
no, re, fa, lo.
Fa, la. That means you are doing 2 now.
No,
You are diminishing
this one has 3.
Mommy.
Okay,
Because
okay,
this,
the original
yes,
one.
the original. See,
fa,
you first of all start
Stop
from
now.
the reason why we did not use do as the original one is I explained to you that if I diminish do, it turns to T, and that T automatically turns to chord 3, the inversion of chord 3. Look at this now. When I did this, I first of all picked re, right? It turns to this ro, fa, la, right? I left re, I pick fa. If I diminish fa, it turns to re, mi, la. Is it not? If I leave re, fa and I diminish la, it turns to lo. Now look at it. This is diminish. Another way we write diminish is dim. Okay?
Yes.
Augmenting. Look at it. You know augmenting is plus.
Yes.
If I'm augmenting, this is the chord we are augmenting.
Re.
It's going to be, what is the,
Re.
no, it's re now.
Yes,
It's re, fa, la. Is it not?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir. Can you not change it to E again? Because it's the
This
first
one
one.
That's the way,
Whether
that's
one
way,
have it.
that's the way they pronounce.
Re, fi.
The other, if I leave re, it will be re, fi. Is it not?
Yeah.
La. Is it not?
Yes, yes.
I have augmented fa now. I have left re, abi.
Yes, sir.
If I leave fa, it's going to be re, fa,
Lick.
z.
Is it Z?
Yes.
Okay, at the back.
Is it not? Look at, if you look at the ascending and descending that I gave you, music is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because augmenting has to do with hello going up.
La. Z.
No, sorry, it's not this. It's Lee. Sorry.
I said Lee now. It's
Sorry.
front.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So clap for me.
Sorry.
I said Lee.
Okay. So these are the chords that is obtainable for augmenting chord 2. Hello. These are the chords that are obtainable for diminishing chord 2. So you are going to do chord 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You are going to do this and this for them. You are going to diminish each chord and you are going to augment each chord. And you must use the appropriate name. You know, I gave you the ascending and descending order in the first class. I told you how it goes. If you can still remember, I wrote something.
Can we
like
use
this.
the diminishes and the augmented for all of them?
You will pick one and do the 2. You will diminish, you will augment. Each of the chords must have not less than 3. 1, 2, 3. After diminishing and augmenting them. If you don't understand, let me know. This is do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, so, zi, la, li, ti, do. Can you see? I drew this for you the other time. You can still remember? You can still remember? This should be your notes. Right? Descending. Descending. Do, ti, do, la, lo, so, fa, mi, mo, re, ro, do. If you can still remember very well. I drew this for you in the first class. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, so, zi, la, li, ti, do. Do, ti, to, la, lo, so, fa, mi, mo, re, ro, do. So you pick each of this chord 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You diminish, you augment. You should have 3 3 for each of them. Is that taken? Any question?
No question.
Okay. If there is no question, we will quickly take inversion. Then we'll go to our friendly practical. Okay? Inversion. Inversion.
We need to write something.
What is inversion? Inversion is turning something upside down. Yes. Inversion is turning something upside down. Inversion.
This is sending an assignment, so it's very easy for me to do this assignment.
So you still do
I could really do an assignment.
I said inversion is turning something upside down. Hello? Are we here?
Yes.
Inversion. Have you copied this?
No, we are writing. I know it.
Where are you? Be fast.
No,
Since that I've gone. Inversion is turning something upside down. Look at it. Inversion is turning a particular chord upside down or rearranging it in another way without losing its original composition. Inversion is turning a chord upside down without losing its original form. Inversion is turning a particular chord upside down without losing its original form. Now look at it. Turning a chord upside down or rearranging it without losing its original form. Simply put, arranging a chord in another way without losing its original form. Look at it now. If I leave this do and I put this do in front here, what does it become? It becomes mi, so, do, right? If I leave this mi, can you see? This one now. If I leave this mi and I put this mi here, it becomes what?
So, do, mi. So, do, mi.
Can you
Do,
see?
do.
I have done 2 inversion for chord 1. So for each chord, we can have 2 inversion from the original chord. What did I do? From the original chord, which is do mi so, I carry this do here He gave me this.
Yes.
From this one, I carried the next one to this place. He gave me this. If I carry this saw here, it will turn back to this. That's why at times you see musicians can play without looking at what they are doing, based on the principle of inversion. Based on the principle of inversion. Let's do one more and you do the rest. If we pick chord 2, is it now?
Yes.
I carry this guy here, it becomes fa, la, re, right? If I carry this guy here, it becomes la, re, fa. I've inverted chord 2. So invert chord 3 to 7. You should get 2 chords out from each of them. Another assignment. Invert chord 3 to 7. Invert chord 3 to 7. We're going to do something now where I'm going to stop writing on the board for today so that we can go into our practicals. And that is chord relationship. Chord relationship. Chord relationship. What is chord relationship? We have defined chord, right? We have defined that chord is a combination of 2 or more notes sounded together to make a pleasant sound to the ear, or harmony to the ear. Okay? Chord relationship. Now, how many of you have formed your chords? How many of you have formed your chords?
Like what?
You know we formed chord 1 before chord 2. Yeah? What is chord 3? We have done our chords, right? Chord 1 is do, it's alright. Is it now? Chord 2 is what? Re. What is chord 3? What is chord 4? Falado. What is chord 3? I mean chord 5. What is chord 6? Lodomi. You don't know how to pronounce it yet. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is the way we are pronouncing when we are on a scale. That's the same way. La, do, mi. What is chord 7?
Ti, re, fa.
It's ti, re, fa. Now look at it. Chord relationship is simply looking at chords that looks alike. Okay? Now that looks alike. If you look at what is chord 1? Chord 1 is do, mi, so, right?
Yes.
From chord 1. Which chord is so close to chord 1 from this place? Chord 1.
So close to chord.
Yes, that has the same thing that chord 1 has. If you look at chord 1 very well, you see that chord 1 has mi, so.
Yes.
There's mi, so here. You see now?
Yes.
So they are related.
Yeah.
Are they not related?
Yeah. It's only T that is.
It's only T that is different. So that means if I'm in chord 1, I can easily go to chord 3. Hello? By removing the hand that is on do and putting it on T. Since do and T, they are beside each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at it, chord 1 again, we are in chord 3 now, Abby.
Yes.
Which chord is closer to chord 3?
It's Salty.
Chord 5. You see that the two of them have salty. So from chord 3,
I want to 5.
I can go to chord 5. Is it not?
Yeah.
Which chord is closer to chord 5?
Si, re, fa.
Chord 7. I can go to chord 7, right?
Yes.
From chord 5. Which chord is closer to chord 5?
Closer to chord.
Eliminate them.
Look at it.
Chord 7.
Which chord is closer to chord 7?
Nine.
Which chord is closer to chord 7? It's chord 2.
Chord 2.
So I can go to chord 2 from chord 7. Which chord is closer to chord 7?
Chord 7.
I will start 2 again.
I mean chord 2, right? I'm already here.
Chord
Falado.
Yes, I can go to chord 4.
Do.
Right? Which chord is closer to chord 4?
Chord 4.
La do mi.
Chord 6.
La do mi.
And from chord 6 we go back to 1. This is the chord relationship for chord 1.
Oh la la la.
That's why you can be playing without looking at it. If you look at the class I took at the lesson of, if you check my YouTube channel, you see that the class I took in the School of Nursing, you see that when I was playing during the class, I was not looking at what I was playing. Why? Because I was using chord relationship and inversion. How many assignments have I given you now?
3.
It's 3.
Why is it?
Now, let's do one more. This is an expo for all the chord relationship. If we are in chord 2, which chord is closer to chord 2?
Chord 2.
Yes.
4.
And go to 4.
6.
6.
1.
1.
3. 5. 7.
No. After 5, we have 7.
7. I see 7.
After 7, we go back to
1.
no,
1.
to 2.
2. Yes.
Really?
Don't mess it up. Why are you not writing? Alright. Can you see that where I started from, I'm going back to it?
Yes.
From here, I'm going back to it.
Almost the same relationship with all of it.
It's not the same. Their starting point is different, but relationship is the same because chord doesn't change. Okay? Chord doesn't change. So we are going to stop here for today. You are going to do for 3. Going to do for 4, 5, 6, 7. You are going to do that assignment. Our assignment becomes 4. Any question?
4 and 3. Become 3.
Any question? Any question? So today we have learnt what?
Chords, chord
Today?
relationship, inversion.
Chord. It's 4 assignments. Major chord.
Okay. Today
Minor
we have
chords.
learnt chords. What chord is? We have learned the different kind of chords that we have.
Yes.
Okay?
We have the
And we have
inversion.
learnt what inversion is.
Chord relationship.
And we have also learned what relationship is. What chord relationship? How chord relates to each other. Any question? Now, in our practicals, we are going to be building on all of this. There is nothing that you are going to be throwing.
Next class?
No. Not next class. It's this class. Have you written this chord relationship? So
No, I'm not.
now, when we want to play keyboard, we use our 2 hands, right?
Yes.
I'm going to write your. We have our left hand, right? We have our right hand. Okay? This is how our left hand looks like.
Hey, take our left hand.
This is how our right hand looks like.
So these are our left, our right hand.
Now, our tongue is always labeled 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. Likewise, our right hand, this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is right hand. We always symbolize right hand by saying RH. Left hand. L is for left. H is for hand. R is for right. H is for hand. So our hand looks like this. Okay. And we're going to start by learning how to run scales. Scales. The simplest of all scales is the scale of key C. You're going to run your scale of key C. I'm going to do this. Key C. Right? Right hand. It's going to be Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Okay? Let's complete it so that we know that we're going straight. Okay, we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. Okay? If it's right hand, okay, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Are we here? And I'm going to demarcate it like this. Look at what I'm doing. If you are going to be a good musician, you must be ready to be disciplined. You face some pains as you are rehearsing this. Okay? This is left hand. Left hand. Those of you that will be watching this video, I hope you are hearing the baby cry. That shows a mother is in this class with her baby. So it's not easy. There is nothing that is easy in life, but everything is possible when you are determined.
There's nothing that is easy.
Yes, there's nothing that is easy in life. You have to be disciplined. You have to be a little bit temperate. You must be ready to endure. Okay, now if that's right hand, this is the way left hand is going to look like. Okay, left hand, the surface doesn't change, but the fingering is going to change. Left hand will start with 5. Okay, it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Praise. Bring that keyboard.
Hello.
Okay. So
Let I not live with praise. Praise live like this. Praise live like this.
Get me is 2.
2 minutes. Yeah. Now is in there.
Okay, so we're going to check this framing out together. We're going to start from key C. From what I wrote on the board, we have actually cut off some of the exercises so that we can be fast a bit. So from what we have on the board, I'm starting from middle C. From middle C, if I place my finger like this, my last finger 5 will end on So, which is key G on C. And to complete it, looking at what we have there, we are going to have a swap. So if I want to do it, I'm going to do it this way. On third finger, I'll swap. Okay? So it goes this way.
In praise, looking at what that.
Too fast.
So I've run all the keys now. You can check it step by step. How? So following the example that we had in the software class, by comparing the keys and the software, that's how key, the run of the scales looks like. I'm going to do it again, but now a little bit slowly. I'll start from key C again. Okay, so we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's C. I go to C sharp. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's C sharp. On D now. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. That's on D. Now on D sharp. That's D sharp. Now on E. On F. That's F. On F sharp. On G now. On G sharp. On A. On A sharp. On B. So I've completed that for the right hand. Now let's try our left hand. Let's see how it goes. Left hand is just like opposite of our right hand. So just follow the way it goes. This is left hand. Left hand, you are going to round the first 5. After which you are going to swap. Okay? So we have I do that again. That's for key of C. For C sharp, we have that's for C sharp. For D, you have for E flat or D sharp. Then for E, you have that's E. For F, for F sharp, we have this. Then for G, sorry. And for G sharp. For A. For A sharp. For B. So that's all the keys using both hands. So each of us, we are going to try laying our hands here, and we'll see how far we can go. After which we are going to start combining our hands and do stuff like this. After that, we're going to graduate to completing the skills using both hands. So, how many assignments do we have now?
4.
So with this practical now,
We
we are
have
going
8.
to try each of the hand on both left and right. Then in the next class, by God's grace, we're going to combine it. So thanks so much for watching. God bless you. I love you forever. 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 I worship 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 forever. I worship